It's time for the sandbox news. This week we have new HD Realistic Water 2.0. The FidelityFX Super Resolution has been implemented. There's new clothing and animations, new daily internal playtests, and a bunch of updates to DM98. Now make sure you're subscribed and click the like button. At the end of this video, I have a special surprise announcement. It's very exciting. There's new updates to the water. For the past couple weeks, all the water effects have actually been disabled, but now they're back and improved. We can see the water ripples are looking a bit more realistic, and I believe props can also interact with the water. So I spawned in a ported Half-Life 2 crate, and yep, we can see it's interacting with the water, very realistic. I believe there's new underwater caustic effects. It looks like this hasn't been implemented yet, but here we can see a preview from the developer. There's also new ripples in the water when you shoot your gun. So previously, I believe bullets didn't affect the water at all, but now we can see that they do. Here's what happens if I use a shotgun. I think it looks the same as a pistol. I wonder if I get further away if we'll have spread. Oh, it looks like it's only creating a ripple from one spot. Interesting. And here's with the SMG. It's very realistic. There's also new interactions when the water is moving. I've loaded up a map that has moving water, but it seems to be very laggy, and it actually crashed my game. Here we can see a preview from the developers. If you look closely, you can see the water interacting with the world while it goes up and down. This is going to add another level of immersion to Sandbox. You won't be able to tell what's real and what's sandbox. The new FidelityFX Super Resolution has been implemented, so here in the settings menu under resolution scale, I can switch between these different presets. So best quality, ultra quality, quality, balanced, and performance. Now I don't think it specifically says anywhere that this is using FidelityFX, but I believe that's what this is. I'll change it to performance, and we can see the difference. If you look at the detail in the distance, it looks a little lower quality and kind of a little blurry, but you can still see the detail pretty well. It looks like it's pretty good if I move around. I can see a little bit of shimmering on the windows and on the water, but it looks like that happens with the water anyways. You're not going to notice this if you're just playing though. You can only notice right now because I'm specifically pointing it out. I'll go to a nice scenic overview of the map, and we can compare frame rates. I'm going to go in order from best quality to most performance. So this is best quality. This is my native resolution. I don't believe there's any upscaling going on here. So I'm getting, looks like 76 FPS. If I change to ultra quality, will that improve? It's actually gone down to 63, 62. Interesting. I wonder, let's compare the difference. I think the visual quality looks pretty similar between these two settings, but my frame rate is actually dropping. Best quality is above ultra quality, so I don't think it's going above my base resolution or anything. That's very interesting. If I set it to quality, I'm getting 62 FPS again. Interesting. If I go to balanced, I'm also getting 62 FPS. What about performance? 62 FPS again. I'm getting the same frame rate on all of these resolution scale settings, except for best quality, which is turned off. I'm actually getting the most FPS on here. Interesting. I'm going to try from a couple different angles and see if that makes any difference. So here I'm by the forest, I'm getting 72 frames per second. And if I switch to performance, I'm getting 62 frames per second. Interesting. I'm sure this will help you if you have a lower end PC though. I have a pretty powerful computer, so this doesn't seem to work for me. I'll try this on Office and see if it makes a difference. So I'm currently getting 50 frames per second with resolution scaling turned off. If I turn it to performance, so I'm getting 58 frames per second now. So it looks like it definitely depends on the current map that you're on, in addition to your PC specs. There's some new clothes for the Sandbox character. There's a new office skirt and some new slippers. There's also new painted on eyebrows and eyelashes. Wow, interesting. I've never understood the appeal of these weird pencil skirts. Can you actually move your legs like this in them? They look like they would be really restrictive. Are they stretchy? I'm pretty sure this little cut here is to make it easier to walk, but how much mobility do you actually have in one of these? I've never worn one, so I don't know. If you have any insight, please let me know. I think this is so interesting. There are a couple new updates to Construct. The weird, interesting parkour course has been replaced with these basic scaffolding pieces. Although I don't really know what the scaffolding is doing here because it's not holding anything up. It's not touching the bricks. Maybe this is just a cosmetic scaffolding. It's just here for looks. Also, it looks like the maintenance crew has finished their work on the pipe that was here. Oh, whoa. I'm like an alien. May I take your order? The pipe is gone, they've repaired it. However, if I come over here, we can see they've cut it open and there's a different pipe here that they're working on. I really like the fine detail that they put into this. You can see the concrete here is a little bit overcut. That's so realistic. There's new pedaling animations for the unicycle. We can see when I click to pedal, it actually moves the guy's feet. I'll go in a circle here and you can really see it. So it's very realistic. If you're wondering what's going on with the arms, at first I thought he was trying to balance by holding his arms out, but it looks like the arms animation hasn't been finished yet. He's actually just doing a default A pose with his arms. Gary Newman has started a new daily internal playtest for S&box. So every day, currently it's at 10 a.m. CST, there's an organized playtest for everybody that has access to S&box. It's not for anything specifically, just for anyone that needs to playtest their games. They've been using it to playtest DM98, which they're updating and using to test dedicated servers. Here we can see one of the updates. There's a new map. This is Crossfire. It's a recreation of the Half-Life 1 deathmatch map of the same name. I'll do a couple quick side-by-sides. Here's the main courtyard area, and here's the outdoor area with these towers. Now inside this tower building, I believe there's actually a nuclear bomb. I don't know if this is in the original. I haven't actually played the original that much, but I don't remember anyone ever activating this. If I wait a while and I go outside, oh, I can hear it. Do I see it? I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. It lands on the building. Interesting. I didn't take any damage, but I was pretty far away. So I wonder how much damage it does and where the blast radius is. There's a couple new weapons. This is the trip mine that was added last week, but there wasn't a model for it. There's also a model for the crowbar. This is very realistic. Look at this. Whoa! That's wild. There's also the Half-Life suit batteries. So I just gained 50 armor from picking up both of those. And oh, this is actually ammo for the crossbow. So it looks like some of the placeholder models are the same for now. I'm sure everything's going to get its own model though in the future. I believe I can use the command give all to give me all the weapons. There's a new model for the grenade. This is so realistic. Whoa, look at this. Huh? Does it not do damage? Oh, I must have had armor, so I didn't take a whole lot of damage before. So I believe they're going to add most, if not all, of the weapons from Half-Life 1 Deathmatch, and that includes the Gauss gun. It's not in the game yet. Here we can see a picture of it. I don't know if this is an original model or if this is an asset, but either way, it's very realistic. Don't let it overcharge. It's the end of the video. It's time for the special announcement. So right now, as soon as this video goes live, I'm doing a live stream on Twitch. We're doing the daily S&box playtest, and then I'm going to be making my own deathmatch map. It's going to be another recreation of a Half-Life 1 deathmatch map. I did a poll on Twitter, and it looks like the winner was Boot Camp. So I'm going to be recreating Boot Camp from Half-Life Deathmatch. Make sure you're following my Twitter page so you can see when I do something like this. It's very exciting. And make sure you hop over to my Twitch page. I'm live right now as soon as this video comes out. So come check it out. It's very interesting. Well, that's it. The video's over. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. What is this thing? Some kind of weapon? Don't let it overcharge. What do you mean overcharge?